Hey guys, it's Tyler, and I'm here to show you my informational video. How would you feel if gas was $1.30 right now? Well, I would feel great considering that it's $3.10. Back in May of 1999, it was. That would only cost me $15 to fill up my car. That's crazy. My zodiac sign is a Taurus. I'm not a huge fan of zodiac signs. I don't follow those, but just if you guys are wondering, it's a Taurus, and the funny thing is I drive a Taurus too, so it's a coincidence. I couldn't really find that much about any like huge or like significant event in May of 1999, but there's some small things, and I'm gonna give you the list. So first, I'm gonna start off with TV shows. Back in May 1st of 1999, SpongeBob debuted on Nickelodeon. This was my favorite show as a kid. I used to wake up at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock every Saturday, Sunday morning and watch this for like 4 or 5 hours. Like, this was my favorite show. And it continued for 11 more seasons and 232 episodes. It stopped a couple years ago. And then May 2nd, Seinfeld had their last episode, and they had 9 seasons and 180 episodes, and that was a pretty big show, but they ended May 2nd. And then the last TV show or like movie was Star Wars: The Phantom of the Menace is released, and this was pretty big because there wasn't a movie for 16 years. The last movie before that was in like 1983, and that was The Return of the Jedi. So this movie came out 16 years after that in May of 1999, and that's pretty significant. So besides TV shows, I'm going to talk about world events now. There was a tornado in Oklahoma that killed 42 people. It was a F5 category tornado. It was ginormous, and Oklahoma was going through tornado season actually, and they had 60 tornadoes in the month of May in 1999, and this was the biggest one. It injured 665 people, and it caused $1 billion of damage towards the city of Oklahoma. And this was probably the biggest, most significant thing that happened in May of 1999. It was all over the news. It was a big deal. Another event that led to death was in NASCAR at the Lowe's Motor Speedway. There was 3 people who died and 8 people who were injured from a tire, like the tire of the wheel, came off, flew over the guardrail, and killed 3 people. That's pretty crazy, but not as bad as the tornado. And lastly, there's some extraneous facts that I found. It's not like a category because they're all random, but an ounce of gold, so the price of an ounce of gold went up 300%, so that's pretty significant. But there's also inflation with money, so I'm not sure if that's crazy. I don't know a lot about jewelry stuff. And another thing is Bluetooth was announced at the end of May. Like, it became a thing that you could not use your headphones and you could have wireless connectivity, and people got excited, but nothing came out in May of 1999. It was just like announced that it was invented and created. And another thing is Microsoft released Windows 98, which is crazy because right now we're on Windows 10 and everything's so complex. So imagine Windows 98 way back then. That's pretty insane. And then lastly, John Elway, which was a huge, like a Peyton Manning quarterback of the Denver Broncos, and he retired after they won the Super Bowl that year. And then lastly, the U.S. president during this time was Bill Clinton. So, in conclusion, in May of 1999, it wasn't that significant. There wasn't that too many events that went on, but there were still some small things, and that one major catastrophe of the tornado. So, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching my video, guys, and hope the final's a little better.